Ja, hallo Leute, willkommen zu einem neuen Stream. Heute werden wir hier weitermachen mit den Hauptquests, mal eigentlich. Also mit der Achtung-Quest, wie es heißt, ne? Ja, Achtung-Quests. Es wird auch mal Zeit. Weil wir haben die ganze Zeit, jetzt letzte Zeiten halt nur die Legenden-Quests und alles so gemacht, deswegen, ich wird mal Zeit, ich will noch vielleicht dezent mal hier, Legenden-Quest ändern zu etwas anderem, zu was anderes, das überhaupt jetzt. Ach, weiter mit den Achtung-Quests, richtig, richtig, mit den Achtung-Quests. Es schreibt nicht perfekt. Weiter. Weiter mit den Quests. Ich brauche definitiv ein Ding. Nein, nicht so. Weiter mit dem Update Information. So, jetzt ist es gemacht. Ich brauche definitiv zweiten Bildschirm. So, dann machen wir mal weiter. Are you talking to me? It's been a while since someone has spoken to me. You just cut me off guard. Ist das? Warte, ich glaube, das war nicht. Nein, das ist nicht gewollt. So. Lesen wir mal kurz. Dann schauen wir hier rein, ob das Stream klappt alles. Alles hier im Stream klappt. Irgendwie nicht. Irgendwie buggt es gerade, wie es scheint. Great. Was liebe ich. So live. Kannst du bitte klappen? Ah, geht doch. Denn im letzten Stream war ich für die erste, oh, da ist die Kamera, fuck. Im letzten Stream war ich die ersten 3/4 Stunden einfach nicht zu hören, weil aus irgendeinem Grund mein Aufnahme, also weil OBS nicht gedacht habe, Ton. Ja, das ist ein Dreck, ey. Wenigstens hat es danach für geklappt, ohne Probleme, wie es scheint. Ah ja, Enter Northland Bank. So. Und ich werde jetzt auch im Hintergrund noch Anime suchen, weil ich nichts Besseres im Leben zu tun habe, ne? Oh, das sieht geil aus. Ey, sind wir am Rang 39, das heißt, mit viel Glück könnten wir heute vielleicht 40 werden.
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui. You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost. But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises.
Get so.
Ah, where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Leoli Pavilion.
Leoli Pavilion?
Oh, Paimon knows this one.
Oh.
There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner. The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Liyue Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face to face with the Shinyue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style. Don't talk to Paimon like that. Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
Okay. Okay. Farewell, Archon, Chapter 1, Akt 2. Ja, okay, dann. Also was ich halt jetzt plane ist, eine abzuschließen, eine Quest halt. Von Archon halt. Und dann springen wir auf eine Legenden-Quest und dann wieder auf den Archon-Quest. Also hin und her halt einfach, damit ich schon eine gute Balance habe zwischen den zwei. Jetzt wollte ich irgendwas machen, jetzt weiß ich nicht mehr was. Ah ja, stimmt. Settings. Language und Deutsch. So. Tada. So. Ich glaube, bis vielleicht Stufe 40, Abenteuerstufe 40 schätze, wird vielleicht ein bisschen knapp. Ich meine, er hat 8612 XP. Es könnte ein bisschen knapp werden. Das wird, glaube ich, nicht knapp.
Aha, you made it. As promised, I have found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo-Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Liyue Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner. as per the Liyue custom.
Okay.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Okay. Don't need it. Oh, oh.
Hi.
Hmm?
Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wangsheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wangsheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangsheng some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed, it is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
Oh.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan.
Yet so.
But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is...
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo-Archon's last rites?
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Yep.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again.
Okay.
If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
Hold on.
Alright, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks. And get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
Okay. Das ging relativ schnell zu Ende. Ich bin jetzt noch nicht vor dem Eingang, okay. Ah, da ist er.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue?
Ich finde Leo ist sogar besser, wirklich. Irgendwie die Atmosphäre gefällt mir.
Indeed. The weight of 3,700 years worth of history runs deepest in the true divinity of Leo. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Leo is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I don't know.
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Wow.
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prized Noctilucous jade worthy of a deity.
Moment mal, Leute. Bin gleich zurück. Noch, da bin ich wieder. Ich wollte irgendwas sagen, jetzt weiß ich schon nicht mehr was. Egal. Okay, geh und kauf nach dir. Ah, fuck. Ja, machen wir das mal. Irgendwas sagen, ich weiß jetzt nicht mehr was. Verdammt, Alter. Ah, egal. Wird mir wahrscheinlich wieder einfallen. So.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for... what was it again?
Noctilucous Jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucous Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Very good. It seems you have learned some tricks of the trade.
What do you think, Mr. Zhongli? How should we pick from these pieces of Noctilucous Jade?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again!
Oh.
Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the Mora if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
Liegt nicht falsch.
What?
Liegt
All
nicht falsch.
Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich live? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big savings.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous Jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made using Noctilucous Jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger. The patterns, the facade, these are all the finger. Noctilucous Jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous Jade of excellent quality would have superior pyroaffinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality. I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to put it into practice.
Priceless, huh? Hyman's just said that we might never be able to use it again. we're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? That would... well... fine. As you wish, then. How about this? I can take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right. Take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride and joy. If I'd taken off even a bit more, it would have killed me.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. You mean at Wanmin Restaurant? As long as we do it when she's not in.
That would not do. It is a place where people come and go. They would be endangered if the elemental reaction were to get out of control. We cannot take such a risk.
Oh, Paimon remembers we once saw this big pot down at the Dada Upa Gorge in the camp of the Hilly Churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the elemental reactions. Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
Okay. Gehen wir bei den... Das ist da hinten. Und teleportieren. Also was ich wollte vorhin sagen ist nämlich, ich werde wahrscheinlich, weil ich habe jetzt Ferien für eine Woche.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the nation of wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Okay. Ich werde wahrscheinlich einmal in der Woche, jetzt soll ich halt Ferien haben, wahrscheinlich einen Stream machen, wahrscheinlich Mittwoch. Ja, so Mittwoch, ja. Wirklich.
It's a bit of late, but we gotta cut the line. Steady as stone.
Up, up, up und tschüss. Also ich werde wahrscheinlich also Mittwoch-Stream. Ich muss auch schauen, ob ich dann für normale Länge werden machen oder vielleicht sogar einen etwas längeren Stream, einfach damit ich übelst viel schaffen kann, weil ja, warum nicht, ne? Ich will schon noch schauen.
There's still soup in here. These hilly churls sure have big appetites. This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment. We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. So, pay close attention.
Okay.
Whoa, that light came from the first Noctilucous Jade.
Verpisst euch.
Helitrolls are surrounding us again. Were they attracted by the light?
Nicht für lange.
Neighbors. Let's take care of them and continue again after.
Okay. So. Tada. Oh, God damn it.
Second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More helitrolls. They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food.
Das wird gleich kaputt gehen. Ui. Und hopp. Und jippala. Hier haben wir noch Tisch. Und wie geht's denn so? Ich bin der Kleinste. So, tschüssi. Und dann bist du nur noch übrig. Also halt, wie gesagt, ich werde dann Mittwoch wahrscheinlich ein Dings, Stream machen. Und ich werde ab sofort die Streams so auf Dings, wahrscheinlich 1,5 Stunden runterschrauben halt, weil warum nicht, ne?
That's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one.
Okay.
Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy.
Warte. Oh.
Jade, shall we?
Yep. Also ich werde wahrscheinlich dann Mittwoch wahrscheinlich ein etwas länger Stream machen, weil dann ab sofort werde ich wahrscheinlich nur noch 1,5 Stunden Streams machen, halt sonntags und ja.
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you
Fuck.
like?
Ich habe jetzt keine Ahnung, was das Bessere wäre.
Exactly. That's
Na,
the
drei.
one Paimon remembers too.
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucous Jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is... Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liu Chising and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it always has done.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous Jade back.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Any what?
Mora, My apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Fucking Ginny.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait! Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier? That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be alright even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
I will do my best. You have my thanks.
Okay. Da hinten. Okay, let's go. Also, besser oh, wo nein, noch. Also irgendwie die Atmosphäre wird schon Louis gefällt. Louis gefällt mir, meine Fresse, ich kann sprechen. Auf. Da. Oh. Ich glaube, das wird nicht so ablaufen wie geplant.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liyue Qixing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about.
Oh, eine gute Frage.
Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Yeah.
Right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Wow!
Excitement.
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flowers we require is also special.
Okay.
Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant, and is especially suited for solemn events, like giving offerings to gods and adepti.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Okay, dann let's go. Auftrag abgeschlossen bei Mondschein. Okay, der ist so. So. Den Gott.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again?
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
Das ist die späte Rache dafür, dass ich gesagt habe, ein paar Mal könnte man glauben.
Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Oh nein.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird. But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case. Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any Mora on you?
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
Okay.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
We'll wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Let's ask Lan. She's...
Also, was ich gerade rausgefunden habe, nämlich ich war so bei der Stimme von Zhongli, war ich so, ey, die kommt mir übelst bekannt vor. Und es stellt sich heraus, dass der englische Voice Actor von Zhongli, sagen wir, wie er möchte das aussprechen, einfach fucking Hawkmoth aus Miraculous spricht. What the fuck? Das hab ich gar nicht erwartet.
We need to ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're underestimating the kind of person I am.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent? Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Qimei.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lan. See you around.
Okay. Oh. Die ist ja nicht da. Hoppla. Minus von schläft.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Ying air? Oh, as in scent of spring, Ying air?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Dann. So. Ich bin auch mal ein bisschen baff, dass das einfach fucking Hawk ist. Alter, als ob das einfach zum Lied von Hawk was fucking merken ist. Ich bin raus.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like? 3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it? Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
Okay. Ich bin gerade noch mehr.
Where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume? Where is that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous lengths. Somewhere closer to home will do. Let's go for the kitchen at Wanmin Restaurant.
Ich habe gerade geschaut, ich habe noch etwas mehr Verständiges rausgefunden. Der Typ, der auch Zhongli und Hawk spricht doch einfach fucking Hisoka aus der Hunter x Hunter. Willst du mich verarschen? Jetzt habe ich gar keinen Bock mehr. Was? Das gibt's doch nicht. Okay, ich werde nicht mehr weiterschauen. Ich habe keinen Bock mehr. Jetzt finde ich noch etwas Verständiges drin. Was? Ich komme nicht drauf klar. Ach du Scheiße.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously. While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
At the Wanmin Restaurant.
Etwas Wasser. Okay. Wo?
I'll race you there.
Ja. Oh.
Try something new at the Wanmin Restaurant.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
Das klang ziemlich zweideutig.
Ooh,
The fuck?
You're a natural, like a fish to water.
Ich meine, ich eure
Now
Augen
take
so über der
these
Zähne.
and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to
Jesus.
do all three. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process.
Du bist
But I will put
Arbeitsen,
them
der.
into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Oh. Hopp. Und hopp.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most
Bin sie so
important
durcheinander
one of all.
jetzt, ey.
The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat
So mieser
until most
fucking
of the
Zucker.
water has cooled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
Okay.
All three perfumes are ready, and you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant. A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood. Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard.
Hoppla.
Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr.
Insomnie oder auch Hisoka. Was zum Glück. Ich komm nicht drauf klar.
Perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not 1 less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope the Chi-Sing can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Man, why's he gotta be so secretive this time?
Keine Ahnung. Also sind wir eigentlich noch bei den gleichen Links eigentlich? 1, 2. Innere Welt, was sind wir schon jetzt? Ich habe kurz die Links wechseln und hört. Hochstufen mal. Hoppla. Keine zweite Stufe. Nee, keine zweite Stufe. Aber ein Level up. Warum so die nicht mitkommen? Das ist verdächtig. Madame Ping, ich komme hier. Moin, grüß Gott.
All things must change. Youngster, are you here to admire the flowers? But it's a shame. These glazed lilies have almost all wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully. But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chi-Sing made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free. This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster? Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but I've grown old. I can't quite recall where it is exactly. An old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back when I was young, he saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
That That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and search for it ourselves. And, we can help with chores if you have any too.
All right, children. There is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
How does that work? Hey, that's rude! And even if it was like that, it must be a very expensive bell, right, Granny?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
This Granny's so weird. What does she mean her whole household is in here? Is she playing with us?
Oh no. Ich wusste es, fuck. Ui. Ist das eine Dimension irgendwas, so keine Ahnung, was es ist. Oh moin, wo sind wir hier gelandet?
Where are we? What just happened?
Gute Frage, Palmer.
Youngsters,
Gute Frage.
this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help an old lady clean up.
Oh! Punches. Up.
That's more like it.
Wir müssen schon wieder kämpfen. Yep. Waffen.
The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
Tschüss. Einfach Lösung. Einfach runterkicken.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old Granny could also be an Adeptus?
Ich glaube nicht. Wow! Ich bin gut.
More and more convinced that she's an Adeptus.
Ich habe wie das gebildet mich verbinden mit den Adapter.
Live in Jillian Karst? Why would she stay in the city? I'll catch up.
So, kleine Stefan. Kommen jetzt. Und tschüss. Hey! Spinner. Oh Gott, ist nie Versammlung. So, einmal so und dann nochmal so. Und dann machen wir ab. Und ab. Ah, fuck. Das fängt so.
Let it rain.
Warum habe ich so viel Damage mit Dings Traveler bekommen, Alter? Also uns mal ein bisschen nochmal hoch. Ah, scheiße. Boah! Fuck, hab ich nicht gesehen. Ja, oh, ja, moin, hier kommt noch da. So, hopp. Kommt mal her, Jungs. Ich eine Überraschung für euch. Ah. Elektropellen nerven ein wenig. So. Hier. Weg mit dir, Bruder, kein Bock. So, ich hoffe, das ist nicht zu wenig. Und hopp. Gute Frage. Ja, da hast du recht, Freunde. Ah, da ist die Glocke, perfekt.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now. All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children.
Alright. Oh je. Ta-da!
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell? Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Okay. Oh. Okay, dann machen wir das so. Ich glaube, dann werde ich mich mal Ding auf eine hier auf. Nein, nicht die Taste. Auf hier auf einen Legendenauftrag konzentrieren, weil von denen haben wir jetzt auch. Oh, ich kann auch gleich die Dings von so einem Niederpaar machen. Generell, wenn ich ein paar machen können, danach du Heilige. Hier haben wir auch noch ein paar Sachen zu machen.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Okay, aber das werden wir dann als nächstes machen, so Inlandsstudieren kaufen. Ja, das machen wir als nächstes. Jetzt werden wir uns mal auf der Quest hier konzentrieren, auf den Legendenauftrag. Ich frag schon auf wen? Jean, Venti oder Mona? Ich habe irgendwie Bock auf die von Venti, ey. Die von Venti ist... Nee. Ja, es muss das hier sein. Dings ist, ich bin außerdem habe ich schon die von Venti gestartet, weil Dings ich halt durch Mondstadt gelaufen bin und hier auf dem Platz hat der mich dann angesprochen, leider. Der hat halt, also ich werde einfach kurz zusammenfassen, was passiert ist. Also wir haben Dings Paimon und wir standen mit Paimon halt da bei der Statue, haben so ein Kind gesehen, haben gedacht, wir mit einem imaginären Freund halt reden. Und dann ist Venti vorbeigekommen und hat uns halt mit uns gesprochen und hat gesagt, dass es hat uns etwas gegeben und damit haben wir gesehen, dass er irgendwo, dass da wirklich ein imaginärer Freund war, so ein Geist von irgendwas so. Und jetzt sollen wir das auch bei Filmora anwenden. Das ist so was halt. Ja. Machen wir das mal. Voilà.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora! A bloaty floaty!
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants now?
Warum nicht?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure. How can I help? Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him. Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. Paimon hates feeling left out.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that called being blown away?
Yeah.
That's what some people like to call it. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley. Stanley's an adventurer. And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Okay, wir gehen nach Timmy.
Pretty mysterious kid.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Six verhören.
Thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
Oh lol. Oh, ich verstehe warum, weil dein Vater ja nicht da ist. Es ist halt sein Guardian dann.
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard? Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being.
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Seriously? Oh, alright then. How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Okay.
Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Yeah.
Ah, fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imagination?
Ah, das Dino.
Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you've forgotten.
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift indeed to part with a certain vase?
Sorry, I have no recollection.
Venti da im Hintergrund.
Master D-Luke, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one, unmistakable in fact.
Ah, scheint keine etwas zu haben. Boah.
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary friends.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon for one never wants to grow up.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear? Let's go and check.
Oh, okay.
How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend
Okay, das klappt nicht.
scary.
Das klappt nicht. Ui. Oh! Das macht Sinn.
Jean? What is Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so conscientious. It's terrifying.
Huh? Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
Are you always training here?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. It was incredible. It got me really pumped up. I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got to go on an adventure with Jean herself, well, even better.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
Huh, thanks! I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary knight. Would you join me for some sword training?
No, warum nicht?
How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
Get him!
Bombe!
So that's how to do it. I'm impressed. Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go in my training.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Oh, well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work. One day, though, I'll smash all the training dummies in Mondstadt.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly Churl.
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today. Ugh, but I'm so sore from training. I can hardly move. Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me? He's gone adventuring at the Temple of the Lion with Stanley today.
Okay,
Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. He once set foot in the Mare Javari. We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let him know it'll have to be another day? Great! Thank you so much.
Das Leben. Stufe auf 50 voll. Perfekt habe ich. Let's go. FBI. Ich glaube noch, wir machen. Ui. Ja, Mensch.
We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident.
Das kann gut sein.
Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one thing.
Oh.
We didn't bag all the loot last time. Looks like we can't go any further.
Not to worry. Allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Und deswegen will ich Venti, weil das hier verdammt praktisch ist. Den Bogen. Juhu. Venti. Weiß, Bitch. Hey, Venti. Uiui. Und tschüss. Ah, ich liebe Venti. Ich bin so froh, wenn ich den bekomme irgendwann, ey. Aber das kann doch, glaube ich, ein wenig dauern. So, einmal das und... Boah, Alter, das kickt aber auch. Ey. Ey. Wo kommt ihr denn? La 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 la. Boah! Jesus, das war nicht geplant. Ja. Ventis Design auch. Ah, ich fand an wirklich ziemlich zu werden, Venti, das gibt's nicht. Was mit einem Fanboy sagen ist und ach du Scheiße. Ach du Scheiße dann, ey. Oh fucking Venti, also wenn der wieder zurück ist und man kann den bekommen, ey, ich hoffe um den. Ja, was schauen wir denn da? Oh, was ist auch denn links? Stimmt, ich erinnere mich. Das ist eine übelst OP links. So, komm, dein Dings da. Fetzen wir mal ordentlich mit dem hier. Und dann geben die mal kurz was hier. Und hoppala. Und hoppala. Und jetzt wieder zurück. Und okay, du bist schon tot. Schade. Grüß Gott. Im Arsch musst du durchreden.
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, that could have gone either way. So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me, and then had to rescue me.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I, Stanley, couldn't have dealt with by myself.
Whoa! You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer? Renowned in all of Mondstadt? Who once set foot in the Mare Javari?
The very same.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one as legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head further inside?
Well, I think you're now in the safe hands of Stanley, the great explorer and legend of Mondstadt. In which case, why head back now?
So.
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
So, nichts dagegen. Da kann ich mehr mit Venti spielen und ist nichts
I'm guessing you
dagegen.
mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Well, your attitude says you don't got it.
Ta-da!
I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Mare Javari.
Enough already! Ugh. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Surprise! Bombe!
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Now, where was I?
You and your partner reached the Mare Javari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Einmal das und dann noch das hier. Und ich glaube, das wird sitzen. Oh ja, das sitzt. Oh Junge, das sitzt. Und tschüss. Boah, Alter, die drei kombiniert ist ja böse.
Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Yeah.
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more, with a gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
Fuck. Oh, warum können die jetzt nicht in so schnell Attacke gehen? Das nervt mich.
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure. But whatever happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind blows, or to have your spirit carried back to Mondstadt.
So, jetzt können wir die eine Runde stehen hier, oder?
Yeah. Although, the most I can aspire to.
Und wo bist du?
Traveler, I believe I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Okay. Oh.
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face. You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea, but is it true?
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley. Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The Sword of Brilliant Valor and the Shield of Magnificent Honor. I don't know whether you believe me, but apparently, both the sword and shield are still right here in Mondstadt, over in Dadaupa Gorge. Oh. Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these two legendary weapons? You bet! This is Stanley we're talking about. If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer. Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited, and my parents don't support my goals one bit. So, what do you say? Help a guy out?
Oh,
I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it, because my reasons are so, selfish. But I swear I'll give the weapons back to him as soon as I'm done.
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out. Venti, you coming too?
Natürlich.
I don't know.
Oh, one other thing. I have a bottle of rare vintage wine that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago. Help me find these weapons, and it's all
Und Venti
yours.
ist jetzt dabei, ne?
Dadaupa Gorge, was it?
Ich wusste es.
There's no time to lose.
Ich wusste es. Natürlich überzeugt ihn das. Aha. So, für das Schwert des Heldenmuts. Okay, let's go. Wieso schon hier? Oh, gehen wir über den Berg. Wohin? Hopp, badab, badab. Tempel des Löwen. Nee, hopp. Und wir sind hier oben. Müssen dann schon von Gegnern umbringen und dann finden wir es. So, finden das Schwert des Helden. Ja, machen wir. Ah, Nahkampf. Fucking hell. Warte. Gegner. Ah, komm, wir kümmern uns um diese Deppen hier. Und jetzt. Und tschüss. Und hoppala. Warte. Tschüss. Okay, hier ist ein bisschen was los, aber nicht wirklich viel. Also die Gegner sind relativ unterlevelt, wie ich merke. Hopp. Aufgeräumt. Aber vielleicht hier. Ne, okay. Das, oh, das sieht verdächtig aus.
Hey, that bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony?
Viel Spaß.
And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely.
Oh Gott, da kommt natürlich noch mehr. Oh.
That's cheating. Get him.
Viel Spaß, Jungs. Jesus Christ, kassiert der viel. So. Hätten sein muss.
Lo and behold, the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
Are you sure? Looks kind of basic to Paimon, and
Yeah.
a little worse for wear, too. Why would hilly churls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly trolls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic, I'm at a loss for words.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an Animo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City. If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light that guides you out from the darkness.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
So, we got our sword. Now we just need that shield. Let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadaupa Gorge, so... Huh?
There's somebody there.
Stanley? What's he doing here?
He's acting so weird.
Yep.
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora-spouting weasel thieves passed by is all.
What? Where? I want to see.
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find, remember?
Ja. Sehr verdächtiges Bild auf jeden Fall von Dings von Stanley. Hier ist nix. Hey, hier wird nicht geschlagen. Ich Bam. So, wo zum Teufel könnte das sich befinden? Ja, das ist normaler Holzschild.
Lo and behold, the shield of magnificent honor.
Yeah.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
My bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the shield of magnificent honor. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale? Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will. Is that not the true meaning of honor?
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the shield of magnificent honor for free.
Wahrscheinlich. Wahrscheinlich.
Excuse me, Mr. Hilly
So, maybe sure.
Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hilly Trillium by now. If not, there's always body language. Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all. Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that.
Wenn die geht, du gibst Schild, ja.
Well, if you insist, a tune I shall
Oh, wie
strum.
dumm.
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all. Oh, yeah! He actually gave us the shield!
Moin.
Guys, thank you so much.
Es wird was geklappt.
I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found.
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! And I actually helped a lot this time. Hmm? What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You, out for a stroll too?
Oh, that's right.
Gar
An
nicht
after
verdächtig.
dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend look for something.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud.
Ist definitiv ein Betrüger, keine Frage, ja.
Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Upa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after all.
You better believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And your memory, too.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with hilichurros. I'll get back to my, stroll now.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Guilty conscience much?
Yep.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
Oh.
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing to myself. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Dann. Dann warte auf eine. Das halt in der Stadt nicht. Ja. So. So. Achievements haben wir auch noch ein paar bekommen hier. Wunder der Welt. So, von daraus wird schon dürfen. Und heilige Madame Pinks Teekasse. Teekasse. Also Zeit. So. Ja, so einfach die Zeit und fertig. So. Ein Wort danach. Weniger als 2 Stunden. Und geht zur Eingangsgabe. So. Taverne betreten. So. So. Was? Ah, Moment mal, Leute. Ja, fuck, hab ich schon aus den limitiert wieder. So, setz dich hinter Stanley. Gar nicht suspicious. Heimat, nein.
Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Meljabari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why, Stanley? Why? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen because your life was cut short. And all because of a worthless tag-along.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
I think our friend really did make it to the Mare Javari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him.
Yep.
The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Mare Javari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Now, are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
Go away. Save your questions. Just leave me in peace.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Tevat?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished. Just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential. I cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Stories? Experiences? What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior. And that image has held him captive his entire life.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No adventurer should have to go that way. No adventurer ever.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Tavari.
Oh, that's cool.
I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wie cool.
I can't believe it. Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down. But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember? I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Your face?
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, Tone Deaf Bard! Oh, hey!
Ich glaube, ich habe ein Gefühl, wo es könnte sein. Ja, das da oben ist. Ich hab's mir schon gedacht. Ich habe mir gedacht, entweder hier oben beim bei der Statue oder halt beim bei der Gottesstatue da hinten halt. Oh, nice, das ist einfach da oben. Und entweder hier oder halt da hinten. Hab schon gedacht, beim Windstieg halt. Ich komme!
You made it. Finally.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay?
Angry Paimon noises.
Everywhere. So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage. When actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet.
Oh.
It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, Old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Oh. Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right? You mentioned it before.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the 1,000 winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In Old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told. Where a tyrant ruled, I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought, but storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom. And we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
Oh. Interessant.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
He died. Gosh, wie war Stanley's Frage?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Sie hat doch die Form von...
Yes,
Oh.
of course. The suspense is killing, Paimon. Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples? Really?
Getting a little peckish or something.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Und abgeschlossen. Wow. Was für eine schöne Quest, ey. Okay, das war die Venti Quest. Die werde ich auf dem Stream enden. Wir sind bei einem guten Ort. Wow, fuck. Fast was schief gegangen. Okay, stellen wir uns mal hier. Schau mal kurz, Dings. Wie viel habe ich? Okay, das wird mir noch gut die Hälfte. Ah, Eola, ich will einen von den drei da. Entweder Eola, oh, wie heißt der Typ nochmal? Ich hab den Namen vergessen, halt der. Oder halt dich auch. Ich weiß auch nicht den Namen von dir. Und hier ist der einzige, wo mir noch fehlt, Dings, Kishing. Und eine gute Waffe habe ich auch nichts dagegen, ne? Hat habe ich nicht sogar vielleicht? Ja, ich habe zwei. Da kommt dann lösen wir die zwei Gebete einfach an. Ne? Und was gehört, was Goldenes bekommen. Und wir kommen. Kaya. Dammit. Ich dachte kurz, ich hätte einen guten neuen Charakter. Ich stelle euch jetzt vor, ich hätte für gegen bekommen. Das wär's ja. Das möchte ich nicht brauchen. Ja, das hätte mich auch jetzt gewundert, hätte ich jetzt was Liedernes rausbekommen. Okay. Dann gehe ich mal kurz hier Kaya-Dings hier. Sternbild. Und gibt hier endlich so. Verlängert die Dauer vom Kreis aus Eis beim Besiegen von Gegnern während der Wirkungsdauer dieser Fähigkeit um 2,5 Sekunden und insgesamt um bis zu 50 Sekunden. Perfekt. Das ist sehr hilfreich. So. Einmal noch Dings. Einfach mal Dings noch. Ja. Hoch. Du bist voll. Er ist wieder voll geheilt. Voll geheilt und voll geheilt. Perfekt. Ja, dann haben wir Dings heute ein wenig gemacht. Wir haben mit der Hauptquest heute und mit der Afterquest heute hier gemacht. Hier in ZOWIE heute haben so nie kennengelernt. Rausgefunden, dass er von der Synchronsprecher von der Hawkmoth aus Miracle ist und der vielleicht Soccer. Und haben darunter, weil warum nicht? Und haben dann Venti ausgeholfen, mal wenig halt. und ein paar Erinnerungen ihm zurückgebracht. Und ja. Dann war's das mit dem Stream. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Stream, wo wir dann weiter mit der 8 Quest machen werden, und dann uns wahrscheinlich entweder auf die eine Quest hier, Dings Legendenauftrag halt, von Jean konzentrieren werden oder die von Mona halt. Und nächste Folge werden wir wahrscheinlich, also besser nächste Stream werde ich auch wahrscheinlich Stufe 40 sein, das heißt, ich kann dann hier auch hier alles freischalten. Vielleicht machen wir auch hier Dings Diona seine Dings noch fertig. Hängt davon ab, wie ich streamen werde jetzt halt. Aber ja, ich habe noch ein paar Sachen zu machen, auf jeden Fall hier, wie man merkt, ne? Das hier kann auch etwas werden, ne? Aber ja, dann danke fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Stream, ne? Tschüss!